Well, now, earlier I spoke to Anthony Scaramucci. He was Trump's friend and head of communications at the White House for a famously brief 11 days. I started by asking him what needs to be done to tackle America's gun crisis.
People are not going to give up their guns. It's just the way it works. So the Second Amendment here is going to outlive all of us. But I think that people are making a very big political mistake if they don't subordinate the right to bear arms and the guns to children's safety. So I think you can live in harmony with both of those things, and hopefully the American Congress will act. The one problem with the gun lobby that I have, and by the way, I'm a big supporter of the NRA. I've done fundraisers for the NRA. I come from a family of hunters from northeastern Pennsylvania. There's been guns in my house my entire life, so I'm very, very comfortable with arms and the right to bear arms. But we better figure something out as it relates to the health and safety of these children. And nobody's going to be able to convince me that there isn't an intersection of being able to keep sane people with their guns and insane people without guns. We could certainly be doing a better job of that.
The startling statistic is that there are more guns in circulation than there are people in America. And that is a most extraordinary statistic, given there's no other country on earth where that's true.
There are also more pets. You see, like, you know, I actually don't like the way you're making that statement, because it's like you're trying to, like, criticize my country. And the truth of the matter is, this has been an unbelievable country, okay? This has been a American dream factory. By and large, when you look at the advantages of the United States and you list them, they almost go to infinity. And when you look at some of the things that are a result of this widespread freedom, certain nut jobs have taken advantage of the widespread freedom and hurt their fellow citizens. You want to be critical of that. I get it. What I'm saying about our political system, it's too polarized. And so we have to come together as Americans and come up with common sense solutions related to this thing.
I mean, Obama tried to get some gun control through Congress. That failed. Do you think that this president will be any more successful in trying to rein in, at least?
He might be more successful because, you know, you mentioned all the money that the NRA gave him. I think the NRA probably trusts him. You know, it's sort of like that whole Nixon going to China sort of thing. I think it would be easier for him as a Republican, easier for him, given his long-term stance on the right to bear arms, to potentially cut a deal that does what I said, which is trying to achieve what I know is possible, which is the balance between the freedom but also the protection of innocence. The problem that President Obama had is, you know, this one-size-fits-all gun control is not going to work in a society like ours.
Where do you think we are now with Russia and the White House?
Did the president collude with the Russians? He didn't collude with the Russians. Did the Russians interfere in our election? I'll take on faith from the different intelligence agencies and what Robert Mueller is saying, that the Russians probably have been meddling in our elections for multiple election cycles, and they likely did it last year or in 2016. But what I will also take on faith is that it's not clear to me that they were trying to help Donald J. Trump versus Secretary Clinton as much as they were trying to unravel the trust that the average American has in the system and the electoral process.
Mr. Scaramucci, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Great
stuff.
stuff.
It's nice to talk to you, too.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Good luck.
God
Thanks.
bless. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
You're a tough interviewer. Did you like Charlie Rose? Okay, you're a tough interviewer. Okay,
oh, no,
I appreciate it. Don't hit the country so hard, though, because, you know, let me tell you something. This place is this is a phenomenal place, man. I mean, we're a little crazy. We're a little crazy with the guns, so we should knock it off now. But by and large, the place is amazing. Okay, and by the way, as Churchill said, the Americans always do the right thing after they exhaust every other possibility, and so hopefully we'll get there on the guns. Okay, all right, take care, man.
The mooch, as they call him, getting animated there even beyond the end of that exchange.